I have no idea what just happened. I have no idea. It just took off, man. Sorry about that. I don't know, man. Lately, that's been happening a lot. I mean, it works a lot. Sometimes I turn the computer on and says, please hold on, we're updating. Ha! You know, I don't know. They got to get their shit together because mine's together. All right, we're talking about, is it the reading that, Stacy, is it the reading that is giving you some difficult? No, it's not my internet provider. I don't think you can get any better than Optimum. Anyway, sorry. Hoist, do you have double beaters? You know, some people have them, some people don't. And that's okay because you don't have to get them if you don't want. You could always use the hi-hat. All right, we're going to do some reading tomorrow, okay? The reading, I just randomly put things together. I call it pace. That's the ideas are coming from Ralph C. Pace, his book, okay? Well, I don't understand what the rebound means, Stacy. The rebound, the stick's going to rebound by itself. It's like, Stacy, it's like dribbling a basketball. Look. The only reason why the stick is not rebounding is because you're preventing it from rebounding. If I go like that, holding the stick tight, I prevented it from rebounding. If it's loose, I'm letting it rebound. The reading, what are you doing? You working on eighth notes and quarter notes, Stacy? Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Anyway, we're going to have a whole lot of fun with the reading if you have double bass drums, or we'll use the bass drum and hi-hat with the reading. And we're going to go into the stick control book formulas and plus the syncopation formulas as well. Okay? That's because you're holding it wrong. Look. It rebounds by itself. If you do stick control book up tempo a little bit, it's going to force you to rebound, especially the vamps. You'll see when you get here. You'll get it, no problem. Robert, is there anything in particular you would like to work with tonight? I mean, you know, the table of time with the double bass drums or the hi-hat, using the ride cymbal 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, and playing 2 and 4 with the backbeat on the snare against the feet doing the table of time is a lot of work. I would highly recommend, for example, you know, you want to get accustomed to, you know, you have double beaters, so you fool around with them, but you don't know what to do with them. Okay, so what you want to do is do something like quarter notes first. 1, 2, nice and easy. 4, backbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your metronome on, use the click track, put down the number that you're at. You go to the second guy, quarter note triplets. That's very hard with the bass drums and this on top, because what you're doing when I'm playing, for example, when I'm playing the table of time, my bass drum is on 1, 2, 3, 4, my hi-hat's on 2 and 4. So I displace that 1, 2, 3, and playing 2 and 4 here. 1, 2, 3, quarter note triplets. 1 and the 2 and the 3. Okay, so you do that for a while. Feel good with it. Mark it down. Once you play with it for a while without the metronome, now you turn the metronome on. Say at 50 is a good tempo, even 40. Actually, the slower you do it, the harder it is. Find yourself a home with the tempo. Say 40 becomes your home with the table of time, with the triplets. Hang out with it for a while. Do it for 5 minute spans. Take a break. Do it again 5 minutes. Then go on to the next line, the eighth notes. And this is what's going to be good for you, Stacy, when you read. I'm not saying forget the rebound. That's a different issue. But if you're going to learn how to read, you're playing 1, 2, for the syncopation. Let's say you have a figure like 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So you learn how to read that. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so I'm playing it down below instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like I said before, the rebound is a natural thing. The only thing that stops the rebound is you. Now holding the stick right, you got to get a balancing point. I stopped that stick. I didn't stop the stick. Now, if I'm playing an up-tempo, eighth notes. I'm letting the stick do what it's supposed to do. Do you understand that, Stacy? You'll get it. I got guys come in here, and girls, they hold the stick so tight. I said, man, relax. I'm not going to rob it from you. Yeah, well, I kind of agree with that, Joe. Okay? You're right-handed, so your left hand's been on break all your life. So you call on your left hand to do something, and it says, huh. I said, vacation's over, start doing it on the left side. And yeah, I even say stuff like that. Brush your teeth with the left hand, eat with the left hand, turn yourself around a little bit. Well, no, you could throw it down with velocity, the speed. I mean, I could throw it down like that. There's a rebound. You don't have to have speed. Your stick's going to rebound. You get a basketball. If I'm here, okay, and I throw the basketball down, nothing is stopping that basketball from coming up. Yes, I throw it down fast, it comes back faster. I throw it down slow, it comes back slow. That's what you have to work with. You'll get the rebound. And I agree with that, Joe. You say you've been using the syncopation book, page 10 and 11, to work on the left hand. Against what, the jazz pattern? Against accented notes on the page. I don't know what that means, Paul, I'm sorry. Of course it is. Well, here's what you want to work on. If I'm playing straight eighth notes with the bass drum, nice and easy, I'm sort of feathering. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all sound the same. Now I want to accent 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to move the accent to the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It takes time, man, and it is hard because you're not used to that concept. Come on, don't mess up on me, computer. Oh, there you go. I don't know what it is with this thing. You like the real drum pad, the real feel drum pad? That's a good pad. I use that. I have that, the real feel. But I need something that's, when I practice on a pad, I need something that is comparable to the same feel as a snare drum. The real feel does not have the same feel. Okay? It says real feel, I don't know why. I got turned on my friend Alan Herman. He bought a drum pad from Off-World Percussion. And mostly drum corps guys use it. So I talked to the man. He sent me a few drum pads. That's the big black ones. This one. And they're hard to work with. But it's a rebound like a drum. That's it. But I couldn't hear it that well, so what I did, they sent me this one. I put bumpers on the bottom, so I have air space, and I get this. Now, if I throw the stick down like this, that's a rebound. I can get a rebound here. Now here I got to play it faster to get a rebound. I can play it slow, but the rebound's going to come. And like I said, the only person that's stopping that rebound is you. I throw it down. Here's a good example. Okay? I hope I get this one right, because how you doing, Ken? Thank you, Ken. What you call, Alan Herman, the first time I hooked up with him about 10 years ago, he came over and gave one of my students a lesson. And we're talking about the same thing that you're talking about, Stacy. And he said something that made a whole lot of sense. He goes, okay, you're driving a car and you go into a wall, but you're going into the wall slow, so the car is going to be okay. You go into it fast, boom, end of the car. Same thing with the stick. You drop it down, it comes back. I go like this, I killed it because I went in there fast and I gripped the stick tightly. When I grip the stick tight, the rebound is still there, but I'm preventing it. And the sound, instead of going outward, goes up my arm. The vibration, that is, okay? And that eventually will create carpal tunnel syndrome or tendonitis. You relax. I mean, you could hold a stick like this. It's simple, you see that? And just throw the stick down. There's a rebound. I'm not preventing the stick. If I go like this, I prevented it. It's just rebounding. It's simple. When you get here, we'll straighten that out. No problem. Well, all right, let me answer that. Practicing rudiments on a drum pad doesn't make you sound like a rock star, okay? You're learning the language and you're learning to control your sticks. All right, like to me, like I keep saying to everybody, there's only 3 rudiments. All right, there's the singles, the doubles, and the flams. And everything else afterwards is called a hybrid. But now it's labeled. Now could you imagine, it's drum corps language. Imagine having a drum line going 1, 2, okay guys, we're gonna play 5-stroke rolls. We're not gonna play doubles in a single, doubles in a single. They wouldn't know what I'm talking about, so it's a language. The rudiments develop your hands, okay? Singles, double, look at the stick control book. All it has in there is singles, doubles, and flams. No accents. And that's how you develop it. That's an orchestrational drummer, plays stuff like that, and a jazz drummer. He doesn't think rudimental. He's not except Philly Joe Jones. I have to correct myself. Philly Joe Jones used to love the Charlie Wilcox and 150 rudimental solos. So if I'm on a drum pad going like this, I'm practicing a 5-stroke roll. But look, it makes my hands my starting point and my accents, learning the level system, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me turn the sticks. All right, but now if I'm rolling, jump. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I'm not playing a march inside of a rock tune. The rock tune, to me, there's nothing wrong with rock. I don't know, we have some Rush fans here. To me, I don't know what a rock star is. You know, I don't even know what a star is. Okay, it's somebody who's making a statement with music, playing their instrument, the drums. You know, a rock star is because the overall band is making a tremendous amount of money to the general public. That's a star, I guess. But take somebody like John Bottom. All right, John Bottom was innovative with his rock drumming, supposedly. All right, but that's what he did. But now you take John Bottom and put him with a piano, bass, and drums, he's very lost. But you take somebody who plays piano, bass, and drums and put him in with Led Zeppelin, they could play. All right? Thank you, Ken. Anyway, I'm not a particular Rush fan, for example. I mean, I'm going to get a lot of... I feel bad that Neil Peart passed on. You know, everybody does that. It's part of life. Without, you know, life would not exist if the death didn't exist. But when I first listened to Rush, I said, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. This guy plays well with the band. But then I heard the second album and the third album, and I still thought I was listening to the first album. In my opinion, now this is my opinion, so don't get upset. You might love Neil Peart. Well, I love all the drummers, but in my opinion, Neil Peart was very boring. I saw him in person when he played with the Buddy Rich band. All right, Nancy Rich, what's her name? I think it was, I forgot her first name. Buddy Rich's daughter. She put it together, okay? And there was a good lineup. Steve Smith, Will Calhoun, who else was there? Marvin Smitty Smith. Oh, it was good, man. Anyway, now you guys are gonna laugh at this, but it really, sorry about that, Stacy. See, it's not me. It's something in the internet. Anyway, I had backstage passes that day. Thank you, Joe Morello. And before he got on, I was in his dressing room. You know, this guy was in the corner sucking on his thumb, man. I said, what's the problem? He was nervous wreck. He was put on the spot because he was out of his zone. Now, if you put him with Rush, sure, the guy was good for Rush, and that's it, man. But when you put him with the Buddy Rich band, the guy just did not have what it took. But give him a lot of credit for doing that. But he exposed himself. And after that, he took lessons. After all these years. Now, you know, the thing is, you know, you play music, you hear the music, you have technique, you know how to execute, you're making a statement, it's you playing the music. I play the music the way I hear it and feel it. Unless, you know, it's a well-paying gig and the leader or whoever's paying me says, I want this, I want that, ba-doom, ba-dap. Well, you know what? The more he wants, the more he's going to pay. That's not a problem. Okay. You're right, but it's not that, you know, you shouldn't label yourself as good or bad. There is a difference, and I agree with that. There is a difference with playing on a drum pail and coming to the drum set. I mean, I overcame that to a point, but I still get that feeling. When I, you know, play on a drum set, my hands are still the same as they are on a drum pad. I do that on the drum pad. But then I'm an old guy because I've been doing it for so long. And yeah, I agree with that. You know, playing the drum kit and playing the drum pad is two different worlds. The drum pad is a good instrument to have because you work things out to go to the drum set. And yes, it's a different feel. So you adjust to that. Just have a lot of fun. That's some of the drum corps days. Ha! That was fun. It was exciting, and I learned a lot in the drum corps. He sure did, Joe. I agree with that. I'm not belittling him at all. He's one of my heroes. I like the way the guy played. I never heard him play outside of that, but what he did with that, the band, it was great. No doubt about it. And, you know, I don't consider things, you know, rock licks or jazz licks. I consider them your conversation with the music. That was his conversation with the music. Sure, he listened to everything, I assume. I don't know. But you get guys, man, they're always into this competitive thing. Who's a better drummer? He's better than this one. There's no such thing. Ah, that killed. That's so immature and childish. Okay. Let's see. Stacy, we're going to do a lot of reading tomorrow. What pages are you working on in the syncopation book? Like I said, Thursday is Paul's Day. What I like, you know, I have a Philly Joe Jones fake book. It has all transcription of all his solos he ever took that I know of. And I listened to the solos on the disc or the album, and they're right on the money. And he took a lot from the Charlie Wilcoxon books and put them in there. Yet it was very melodic, of course, because of his concept. But you know, jazz licks and rock content, you know, it's all music content in a different way. Stacy, what pages are you working on? All right, guys, I apologize about the problem with the going on and off the web. I don't know what it is. Stacy's having the same problem. But I hope I helped out some, I gave some insights. Can't see you. Okay, so tomorrow, 1 p.m., reading. 7 p.m., reading. But we're going to take reading in a different way. Not the boring way like you're in the syncopation book. And next week we're going to be on page 11 and 12 until we get to the end of the book and we go next. We're going to take that and orchestrate it. What's that? Yeah, they are. They're most definitely different. I agree with that. We'll see after a while. You know, that's why, all right, Joe, what I've done, I played all my life on several different drum pads. And each drum pad has a different rebound. So I made that adjustment. So when I come to the snare drum, I had that adjustment already in tune. And I agree, the rebound on a drum pad, especially the real feel, is much different than a snare drum. What you're getting out of, see, there's a conflict here. When you hit the drum pad, you get the rebound, but you get the same sound. When I hit the snare, I do the same thing I did on the drum pad, but I got a terrible sound. So I'm going to make the adjustment. That's where the problem comes in. It's not a problem, it's something you have to make the adjustment to. How do I get a better sound when I want to get a rebound or when I hit the snare drum? So that's the difference. It's not actually the feel so much, because actually, in my opinion, that feels the same as a drum pad. But if I did that on a drum pad, I would get so if I go, it's the sound that you want to produce. That's the only thing. All right, well, get the pages ready for tomorrow, and we'll work on that somewhat in a different way so you will not make any mistakes. Okay? And plus, we'll discuss the rebound a lot more. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have nothing against John Bottom. I think the guy was great. He made some great statements. Okay? Now, for the kids, nah. At first it was Lars, and then, that's all commercialism, entrepreneurism, making money. It's not complaining. It's a reality. And unfortunately, if I want to make $1 million on drum books, for example, the Syncopation book has 3 editions. The first edition's a page behind the second edition. The third edition, you have pictures of Lars, you have pictures of Neil, you have pictures of Steve Gadd, Weckl, Cayuta, which is not bad. Everybody had idols. But that was to sell the book more. You don't have to do that to sell that book. If you're into drumming, you're going to have that book. But hey, for the kids, oh man, Neil Peart plays this, I'm going to buy the book. So it does promote the sales. Well, that's one reason. All right, listen. I will see everybody tomorrow, 1 p.m., reading. I might have a couple more charts, I'm not sure. If I don't have the charts for 1 p.m., it'd be definitely for 7 p.m., but you got the charts already. Okay? So guys, have a good night. What is the drum pad I use? I use the, what is it, the Off-World, Invader or whatever. I like that drum pad, but I'm seldom on the drum pad, man. I'm on the drum set. But when I do work on the drum pad, it is the Off-World Invader, I guess it's called, or I don't know what exactly it's called. The rubber is a different thing with the traction, not a problem. Anyway, whatever drum pad you use, like I said, in all the years that I've been playing, I've used a lot of different drum pads, and I try to get the same feel. But it's like the guy Joe said, when you hit the drum, it's a different feel than it is the drum pad. I agree. But after a while, by playing on different drum pads, you're playing also another different drum pad. You could say your snare's a drum pad. You make the adjustment. But now, the only thing that is different, besides making the adjustment with the rebound, is the sound. That confuses a lot of people, how to produce the sound. But anyway, I'm going to see everybody tomorrow and at 1 p.m. And thanks, guys, for attending. I'm sorry about the internet. If I had my way, there would be no delay. And all you guys would be sitting here and we'd be hanging out with drums all night. Paul, the real feel's not a bad pad. In my opinion, the worst pad you could possibly buy is the Remo pad. At one time, it was a good pad. Thank you, guys. I'll see everybody tomorrow.